What if I told you that the secret to clarity, peace, and purpose wasn't about working harder, but about doing less? Not thinking more, but thinking less. Sounds strange, right? Let me take you into a forgotten story from a small village, one that could change how you see your own mind forever. In a village, hidden between quiet hills and whispering trees, lived a young man named Arun. He was known as the overthinker. While others played, worked, or rested, Arun's mind never slept. He would lie awake at night replaying conversations. I'm wondering about tomorrow, drowning in questions with no answers. Why can't I just stop thinking? Why can't my mind be quiet? The village healer once told him, "What you're carrying in your head, Arun, is heavier than any burden on your back." One day, Arun heard whispers about a mysterious old teacher named Master Niraj, who lived beyond the forest, near the cliffs. They said the man could sit in silence for days. The people who met him came back different, not perfect, not transformed, but calmer, lighter, and somehow freer. That was all Arun needed to hear. He packed a simple bag, walked alone through thick trees and harsh wind, climbed muddy hills. His body was tired, but his mind still racing. When he finally reached the cliffside cottage, the sun was setting behind the clouds. There, sitting cross-legged in the middle of a stony courtyard, was Master Niraj. No shrine, no gold, no chanting, just a quiet man with a peaceful face. Arun bowed and said, "Master, I've come a long way. I want peace. I want silence. My mind is a storm. Please teach me how to calm it." The old man opened his eyes, studied Arun gently, and finally said, "Very well, but not with words. Come." He led Arun to a small stone garden. In the middle was a large basin of water, still and clear. Next to it, a tiny empty bowl and a ladle. "Your task," Master Niraj said, "is to transfer every drop of water from this basin to the smaller bowl without spilling a single drop." Arun blinked. "But this is impossible," he said. The basin was huge. The bowl was barely the size of his palm. "Try," said the master, and walked away. Arun scooped, poured, scooped again. The water rippled. His hands shook. Drops spilled. He slowed down, still spilled. Hours passed. The basin looked just as full. His shoulders ached. His hands trembled. But worst of all, his thoughts screamed louder than ever. Why isn't this working? Am I doing it wrong? What if I never learn? Frustration, doubt, anger, until finally, he dropped the ladle. "It's useless," he shouted. That's when Master Niraj returned. He placed a hand on Arun's shoulder and said something that stunned. Arun stared. "But how do I empty my mind?" The master smiled. "Let go, not of effort, but of everything else. Stop trying to force calm. Just be." This time, Arun didn't rush. He didn't count the scoops. He didn't think of success or failure. He simply focused. The ladle, the water, the sound of it pouring, the breeze, the sun, his breath. And then, something shifted. He lost track of time. He wasn't scooping anymore. He was flowing. Each drop landed perfectly. The water listened. His thoughts quieted, not because he stopped them, but because he stopped fighting them. The basin began to empty, not just of water, but of all the noise it once reflected. When the final drop filled the small bowl, Arun looked up, and for the first time in years, he didn't feel heavy. He didn't feel lost. He felt still. Master Niraj nodded. Peace isn't the absence of thought, it's the presence of attention. When you stop clutching to your worries, your mind will empty itself. The bowl may be small, but the world flows through those who make space. As Arun prepared to leave, he turned and asked, "Master, have you ever been restless like me?" The old man paused, laughed softly, and said, "Why do you think I built the basin? That's the truth we often forget. We try to fight our thoughts, We chase silence like a prize. But maybe peace doesn't come from effort. Maybe it comes from letting go of the effort. You don't have to fix your thoughts. You just have to make room for quiet. And sometimes, the first step is to stop scooping wildly and just listen to the water. Moral of the story: you don't find peace by forcing your mind to be quiet. You find peace by making space for it to breathe. When you let go of the noise you cling to, you discover the silence that's been waiting all along.